Okay, hello everybody. This is Pasquale, and I want to go over my final week of the ASL class and what I've been able to do. There were two functions that I added this week, and I'll go over those in just a minute. I started to realize after I did my video for last week that I forgot to include some of the details about how I did certain things. Real quick, I'm just going to show you. This header.twig file here has all of my header content in it, my links to style sheets, my links to web fonts and everything else. My navigation is all built into here. And then my footer is all built out in this file, footer.twig. And here's all the jQuery and JavaScript for the Bootstrap template that I used. Now, what I didn't show you is how I pull all this stuff in dynamically. Right here, it just takes this one line, % include header.twig, and then down here include footer.twig, and that always pulls in all the code and the related CSS that goes with that. So I'll go from here because another feature that I added that I didn't really have in my PRD but I wanted to do was some dynamic content swapping. So there's some right here in this block of code here. You'll see like inside this div there's a chunk of code that starts here and it says if is granted, is authenticated fully. What this means is if the user is granted access and their login is fully authenticated, then display this HTML right here. Else, just like a standard if-else statement, it's just the syntax is a little bit different. Else, if they're not logged in, you're going to display this HTML right here, and then including this div with the buttons, and then the end of the if is right here, end if. So that's how that works. Here is some of the code that I use for my edit page. Now, I did my edit page in week 3, but I do want to show, I hit a snag when the categories and the cuisine types were displaying. I realized they were lowercase in my database, and I wanted the first letter of all of these to be uppercase, but rather than go back and change so many cells inside the database, I found this nifty little trick here where you can just put a pipe and capitalize after. Typically in here, all you would have is this category to dynamically pull in the category from the database, but if you add the pipe and capitalize, and I did it again down here for the cuisine, it will actually capitalize the first letter of all that, which I'll show in my demonstration as well. My search function, which is one of the functions that I said I was going to add into week 4, is right here. Here's all the HTML for it, and in here there is a right here, there's also same thing. We had to use that for where I capitalize that, and again down here for the cuisine, capitalizing that on this page. And then all of that is, the search code for making it work is here inside recipes.php, and this is the controller. Right here inside my controllers folder, that's this recipes. If I had another one open, one of the things I love about Sublime Text is that if I open up another recipes.php, it tells you this one's for the models, this one's for the controller. But so here's all the title search, the category search. You can search by cuisine type, and where it gets all the information from the database and then returns it out to the browser. And then down here is my second function that feature for the week, and that's adding favorites. So all the code for how to add the favorite is right here. Where it's going to return and redirect to when it's done, and then all this stuff. This part I actually had to end up asking questions to a PHP developer that I knew, but I was able to get help getting through it. So I don't need this, and that's just a brief look at the code, but I really want to show it to you on the site. My site is styled now using the Bootstrap template. From here, without a login, this is the main page, you can browse recipes, and thinking in terms of user experience, you never know where they're going to look, if they're going to look in navigation or not, so I put a portal here for that and a portal here. Login portal is here, and there's another one here, and there's a third one here if they want to click on it. Either way, that's the main page of the site. Here's a look at what the recipe page looks like now that it's been styled, and you've got your ingredients, your instructions, your category and your cuisine type, and then here's a look at the login page. So just wanted to give you a brief look at those. I'll close those down and I'll just show you from here. I'm logging in, and when I do log in, I want you to notice that the content will swap out like I showed you in the code. So there you go, welcome. It pulls in my name right here dynamically like I set in the code. And it just tells them again, these are just some additional portals. I didn't really have a lot of time to add additional content to this. I just wanted to make sure I had it functioning and visibly working in the Bootstrap template. So you can either browse the recipes, add recipes, or click on My Recipes from here or from up here in the navigation. Now browsing recipes is just like this. Here's the search, which if you were searching for, I don't know, chicken, you could, everything will go away except for those. You can reset that. You can search by category. If I want, I don't know, if I want a cuisine type, maybe I want only Korean recipes, then it's going to drop down to just that one. Clicking any of these, though, these are, this is the recipes list. Let me reset that again. Any of these, see, I'll click this one because I noticed that it has a typo in it. I purposely put that there so I could show you. But my edit function is in the My Recipes page, so other users cannot edit this. Only the user that made it. So here they've got all the recipes that were created by this user, and if I want to edit that, I can click here and then I can just type in S. Now when this does finish, it redirects right to the page because I wanted the user to be able to see that it's actually updating right here in the title. I click update, and that swaps out dynamically right to the actual title that's been changed. If I changed it back, I don't know, like this, it all happens instantaneously. So there's the edit page, but I really wanted to show you the features, so I did show you the search here. The second one was the favorites. Right now I don't have any favorites. The way to do this is from the main recipe page. You can just go in and let's say I want, I don't know, chicken marsala, and down here it says add favorite. So I click add favorite, and if I go, and that switches to remove favorite, by the way, and then if I go over here to my recipes, it's in my favorites. The cool thing about this is it doesn't matter if I delete it from here or if I remove the favorite from the recipes page or from here. So I can remove it here and go back here, and you're going to find it's gone. Or I can add it here, go back over here. I can delete it from here and go back to the browse page and look here, and it's back to add again. So there is that's a quick look at my two features for this week. And then the one other thing that I added was, I was telling you about the dynamic swapping of this. This is actually the root index file of the page. If a user's logged in, they get the dynamic pull-in of their name. They get the dynamic swapping of this HTML right here that I was showing you with those if-else statements inside my PHP. If I click log out, you're going to see this immediately switch just like that, and you're back to the main page. Same page of the site, but the main content for users that are not logged in. That is everything for this week, and I hope everyone else did well. I can't say I'm a pro at this, but this time around I was able to understand it a little bit better using the Silex framework. And actually, having used this, I feel a little bit better about CodeIgniter now, and I'm going to try to take another crack at it when I have some time after graduation. Anyway, good luck to everyone else. Have a good last week.